Disappearances are very common all over the world. Whether it be people, vehicles, or even planes, it seems that disappearances has been a part of history and the history to come. It is often explained with kidnappings, killings, unexpected deaths, and in absurd cases, supernatural events and beings. Despite this explanation, most disappearances lead to mysteries and often go unsolved. One particular occurrence of these disappearances are the alleged disappearance of many children in Samar and Leyte in 1969, two provinces of the Philippines. Why this particular topic is interesting, the history, the explanation behind it, is to be explained later on. First, let's give context and explain the history of this case. The San Juanico Bridge is a 2.16-kilometer bridge that links the two islands of Samar and Leyte, as it stretches from Barangay Cabalawan, Tacloban City on the Leyte side and Santa Rita Municipality on the Samar side across the San Juanico Strait in the Philippines. It is considered as the country's longest bridge spanning a body of seawater. The bridge is also known as a symbol of love by Waray nuns, which connects the sister islands of Samar and Leyte. It is a gift of Ferdinand Marcos, former president of the Philippines, to his spouse Imelda, who is a native of Leyte province. The government's $1 million bridge project was contracted to the Construction and Development Corporation of the Philippines, which is now known as the Philippine National Construction Corporation, which included Japanese engineers conducting studies and designing the project under the presidency of former President Ferdinand Marcos. Construction of the bridge began in 1969 over the Strait of San Juanico from Cabalawan, Tacloban City, to the town of Santa Rita, Samar. The construction was completed in 1973. What's interesting about this bridge is its strength, as it withstood the test of time. Myths and conspiracies about how the bridge was constructed followed. One particular conspiracy theory about the secret mixture in its foundation is that an ancient ritual was done during its construction. During its construction, many children coincidentally disappeared in Samar and Leyte. The vanishing of children only stopped after the bridge was completely finished. This kind of phenomenon will inevitably raise some eyebrows among skeptics and theorists alike. The first myth is that the foundations of the bridge were made stronger by mixing the blood of babies and street children. The ritual, which we'll explain later on, was performed to strengthen the structure. Another myth took a darker turn, as it states that instead of just mixing the blood of children into the foundation solution, the bodies of children are added inside a cement mixer by construction workers while preparing the cement to be used. This last one is the most popular, and despite sounding the most outlandish among the three, it is also the most detailed one. It goes like this. It is said that a woman in charge to oversee the building of the bridge consulted a fortune teller. The fortune teller told her that the bridge will never be completed unless the blood of children is mixed in its foundation. Believing the fortune teller, the workers were ordered to kidnap street children and slit their throats, splattering the blood on the bridge's side. The bodies of the children were just then thrown away into the river. It was all seen by the river fairy, feeling troubled and was greatly affected of the children's fate. The river fairy cursed the woman. The legs of the woman grew scales and emit a foul, fishy smell. It is why she always wears long skirts and gowns to hide her legs and frequently takes a bath to remove the smell. There are many other versions of these stories, but all have one thing in common. It involves blood and children. To clarify, these statements are just myths that are scattered throughout the internet. and remains to be myths because it is never actually proven by anyone to be true. They are just stories of imagination and creative minds, but despite being myths, these stories actually have an interesting explanations behind it. Padugo, or animal blood spilling, is a practice that involves slitting the throat of a white chicken and draping it around the construction site. It is a ritual that is carried over generations. It is often done before a house is constructed. According to popular Filipino beliefs, this will help drive away evil spirits that live in the land where they are building in their home. Moreover, this practice would also prevent accidents from happening to the workers building the property. It is also believed that because of the long curing time of the concrete, the blood sacrifice attracts anitos that hasten the curing process. Kids disappearing and kidnappings might only be associated by locals to Padugo because of their belief in ancient rituals. Of course, this is probably one of the parental antics of our grandfathers to control young minds. The idea that construction workers kidnaps children to use their blood on the construction will definitely make children stay inside their homes whenever there's a construction going on in the small community, keeping them safe from actual accidents from the site. Architects also have long denied such claims because of the fact that they prioritize workers' safety. No matter how theatrical the Padugo tradition sounds, there seems to be no harm in observing it as long as there are no human blood is involved. With all this being said, one thing is for sure. These stories just proves how creative a human mind is and how current events can influence the people's perception. This also shows deep culture of the Philippines involving various rituals and beliefs. Thank you guys for making it to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I would highly appreciate if you would subscribe and like the video if you liked it. It really helps the channel a lot. Leave your suggestion topics for future videos in the comment section down below. And also, keep the wonder alive. I'll see you soon.